G'day everyone, EmrickXV here, and welcome back to hardcoreXV. So today, we are starting May. I've been really enjoying this series and we are playing hardcore Minecraft in the spawn chunk. It's coming towards the end of autumn and we've got a lot to do. Back in April, we started a drop tower for an old school mob farm. So first up, I think we've got to get into that and try and make it. So if you like this video, why not consider leaving it a thumbs up and let me know what you're thinking of the series. So day 38, we were down fighting skeletons and winning, of course. Otherwise, this would be a short episode. We needed some lava. We're using lava to be able to fuel some bits and pieces upstairs, so we grabbed a bucket of that. Grabbing a heap of resources for our old school mob farm was quite important, so we did a lot of wood chopping early on. Dark oak and spruce were the order of the day. We wanted to make sure we had lots of trapdoors and a few different blocks to be able to build our water lines. Day 39, and we're focusing on our food sources, making sure we have plenty of choice. So this is our drop tower. We've got to get upstairs and we've got to start making our water lines. This should be a pretty fun build. Up to the top, and we just wanted to start it with the dark oak. Just a mixture of stairs and slabs to give it a little bit of funkiness to it. I quite like building with different textures, so I really wanted to bring that into this one. Late on day 39, we had almost finished our first water line. Just wanted to muck around with this one a little bit to make it look cool, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it all went, and I'm glad I didn't fall. Day 40, and we had a visitor from the nether. Our little drop chutes were working and this zombie pigman fell right into it. Deciding I needed a bit of gold, we got rid of him. I think that's for the best. Collecting more resources, it's quite funny how much wood you need for this sort of build, so we were collecting quite a while. Adding all the trapdoors was quite important. That allows the mobs to fall off without realising that there's water below it. And bringing in a few logs just to change the texture a little bit. No, Luke, I am your father. oh, excuse me. Alright, so where were we? Day 41. Yep, so we did have to muck around with getting a few more textures into the bottom of this. And I didn't want to do the old school square type basic mob farm, so we went with the circle. It was a little bit fiddly, but I think the overall look will make all the difference in the end. We were back down in the spawn chunk on day 42, chasing more lava. We need that for our furnaces upstairs. Coal is a very limited resource when you're using just the spawn chunk, so the lava should come in very handy. We wanted to put a bit of detail up on our mob spawner, so using these dark oak logs I think will look quite nice. And we decided to keep breeding up our cattle. We do need to start looking at enchanting. Day 43 was all about enchanting. A couple of basic chores to start with, but yeah, quickly jumping on to that enchanting table and our full level 30 enchanting setup. It was all pretty easy, we had all the stuff we needed. We just needed those extra 30 levels. Grinding at our original mob spawner and oh, that's an enchanted bow. That's quite a nice enchanted bow. And we got level 30, so we did the pick. Let's hope we get a good one. Oh yeah, that is epic. Aside from increasing our cow population again, the next 4 days was all about the mob spawner. I gathered up a bunch more resources, just a heap more wood, and we had a heap more stone, ready to get this mob spawner fully operational. We started with the floor, just a combination of the cobblestone and the stone bricks, and then we moved into surrounding it with walls. the dark oak logs really do break this up, so I think this actually looks quite nice. The roof, just a dark oak trim to get that all underway, and then this first layer was pretty well ready to go. In reality, most of day 45 was taken up trying to place water buckets. When you're placing them on stairs and slabs, they sometimes waterlog, and that causes a fair few issues. But we got there in the end. Once we had finished the roof, we wanted to make sure we could get a second layer installed on top of the first one. So this was just a bit of work to get that all underway. We started construction on our new water lines and the new walls. And that was pretty well our spawning layer all completed. Our second level of the spawner was good to go. What do you think? Day 47? It's looking quite nice. I think the time and effort around the edges just helps finish off the build. And now we've just got to finalise the walls. So dark oak and cobblestone just to finish it all off. And we just had to spawn proof the tower itself. Didn't want anything dropping down on us. And the mob spawner was good to go on day 48. Torches out, let's see if we get ourselves some mobs. Oh, I hear a creeper. Sensational. We have got a mob spawner that's working. That's excellent. That's not so excellent. It's another creeper in the drop chute, but I can see a creeper on this tree. How did you get there? Goodness gracious, I'm going to have to look at this. Not great. It was all about testing the mob spawner for the next couple of days, and we decided just to collect up a bunch more wood in the process. We seem to be getting our mobs falling down the drop chute pretty well, and yeah, started to get ourselves a little bit of loot, which was very handy. Nice to see a bit of armor getting dropped here, and a potato. That adds to our new farm area. Day 50 was still collecting a bunch more wood and testing out the mob spawner. When you're collecting the wood, they build up quite nicely, and we were trying to work our way up to level 30, so clearing out all the trees once again. And as you can see, works quite nicely. Day 51, we were back down in the bottom of the spawn chunk collecting lava. We're using the lava as a fuel source because we're having to smelt an awful lot of stone here, so plenty of trips down into the spawn chunk. Started making some smooth stone so that we could make our first armor stand. Finishing day 51, we were at the cobblestone generator. Halfway through the month, day 52, we were looking at enchanting some of our better armor. The issue with that was we did need enough iron to make an anvil, so we were back down stripping out our chunk. Found quite a bit of iron on this run, which was really cool. Also, we got a fair bit of stone, so just clearing out, digging out as much as we could. Day 53, we were taking stock on our last resource mission. Very handy, plenty of cobblestone, and we spent some time making it into normal stone. Also checking our iron levels was looking pretty good. With our potato, we decided to start growing them up. Very handy as a food source, and just something a little bit different down in the bottom of our tower. We did have enough iron to make that anvil, so that's really handy. So now we can start combining some of the armor we're getting from the mob spawner. We had a small amount of iron left over, so it was time for some iron leggings. Suiting up, sensational. And we used a little bit of our gold to repair our gold chest plate using the anvil. So we started building our armor up a little bit nicer. Some gold, some iron, and some leather. A bit of a mix, but that's what you get playing in the chunk. Day 55, we started working on our tree farm area. I didn't want to fall off the side of this, so we made ourselves a little wall, making sure it was a combination of stone brick and cobblestone, just to mess it up a little bit and top it off with some smooth stone slabs. Now at least, we're not going to fall off this thing. During that time, we were able to keep an eye on the mob spawner as well and bring up a little bit more XP. Day 56, we were back down in the chunk. We're collecting up a heap more stone and looking for more resources. It's a tough one because we wanted to make sure we could get ourselves a little furnace array. It's not much because we don't have a lot of iron, but when we're using a lava bucket, we want to make sure there's plenty of stone in this hopper so that we don't waste our lava. But we are now industrial. So we have a little bit of an issue on day 57. We've got a dark spot, so we're going to have to fix that up. Otherwise, the tower is actually looking pretty nice, apart from all the mobs stuffing up the mob spawner rates. Excuse me guys, let's clear this out. And I think we'll just put a couple of torches down here to light it up. Yeah, I know, I decided to grab these 2 diamonds because we literally haven't found any more resources in here. Hopefully this is going to be alright and we can use these later on. I wanted to start building up a connection to the top of the mob spawner. So just a couple of pillars to help us get all the way up to the top, and I think that'll just make this structure look a little bit more sound, because at the moment we're definitely defying gravity. Adding a nice little entryway here as well, I think is just going to look really good once it's all done. On day 59, we continued building up our pillars. This was the last one, so I was pretty happy that this was almost done. But then, yeah, it's 1 block out of alignment, so I'm not dealing with that right now. After that stuff up, I decided to crawl back in my hole and collect more resources. Got plenty of coal, which was pretty cool, and yeah, a little bit more stone. Day 60, I decided to sort out the pillars. I worked it out and I think it works pretty nicely. It's a little bit bigger than the other 3, but considering this is where the main tower attaches, I'm not so upset about it, and it came out pretty well. Once that was all completed, we were back downstairs finishing day 60 and ready for day 61. Our tool situation is becoming rather dire. We don't have a lot of iron left, so I'm not sure what we're going to do about that moving forward. We did make 1 more iron axe, so we collected up a bunch more wood and got a few levels in the process. Potentially, I just need to enchant everything. Planting out our tree farm once again, always handy to have plenty of resources. Progress on day 61 was looking quite nice. I'm quite happy with how the pillars are all working and things are coming along quite well. Day 62 was a bit exciting. We started fighting a few bits and pieces. Spiders still sneak out. And we came across our first Enderman. We had some issues trying to track him down. Having an angry Enderman on the loose is not great, but we haven't seen him for a while. We may as well carry on. Let's get some XP from these chooks and breed up some more cattle before the end of the day. Day 63 started well. We found another Enderman, and this time we managed to defeat him. And we also got an Enderpearl in the process. Other than that, it was pretty dull. Yep, grinding that cobblestone. We do need the stone. We've got a big tower to build. So day 64, we were back down in the bottom of the spawn chunk. I decided we may as well take all the resources out of this spawn chunk and see what we can find. So there was a lot of digging, a lot of stone picks being used, and yeah, just exposing all the bedrock to start with. I believe bedrock isn't spawnable, so this should make things pretty handy for us moving forward. I really do hope you're enjoying the series so far. Please let me know in the comments below how you're finding it. It's been a bit of a challenge, but I have enjoyed it, even though we've had to do a few little sneaky things like grabbing a bit of wood from outside the spawn chunk to at least make it a little interesting. Day 65 and we're still exposing bedrock. It's surprising how much stone you actually collect using this method. We've got furnaces cranking, we've got smooth stone being made, and yeah, plenty of pickaxes being used. We decided once the bedrock was all exposed to start moving up through the spawn chunk. We may as well find out what we've got to work with. Back upstairs towards the evening, collecting a bit of sugarcane and having a good night's sleep. Bring on day 66. So, with all our stone collected, we started working further on our wizard tower. We wanted to go up another 16 odd blocks to see how we were looking, but yeah, this build is going to be pretty big. Every now and then we were down at the mob spawner collecting a little bit of XP and all the mob drops. It was actually working really well when we were building in the area. What a sunset. What a tower. This thing is coming along really nicely. It's pretty big and I need to put in a whole lot more detail, but let's just get the height up and work out what we want to do from there. What would you like to see in this wizard tower? What's this? Another zombie villager. Oh, sensational. We've got to work out how to get that guy in here. Let's get to work. Well, that took a fair while. I think this guy's a nitwit, but we seriously need these villagers to be able to get ourselves some stuff. Doesn't look like this guy's going to pick up anything, so maybe I can try something else. If we put a dispenser and a named helmet, I wonder if we can get this guy to stop despawning, because we've lost a couple now. Hopefully this works. Are you going to despawn? Yep, you're going to despawn if I leave you too far. Next option, let's make a fishing rod. I know you can get name tags fishing, so I think that's a good idea. We put a little platform out the side and we've got this pond. With any luck, we can get ourselves a name tag, or at least a couple of name tags, and start holding these villages. Day 67 didn't bring us any luck. Let's see what day 68 does. A whole day of fishing. This is going to be good fun and good content, clearly. Well, that was no luck. Day 68, and this is the end of May. Winter is just around the corner. Spending some time with their animals. I wonder if our zombie villager has despawned now. Yep, despawned once again. What a shame. Ah well, back to the drawing board. With May all done and dusted, I feel a change in the weather. This is the default style fall pack. Link to this texture pack will be in the description of this video. Now with winter just on the horizon, I wonder what we're going to be up to next month. I want to thank you all for supporting this Minecraft video series. It's been really fun playing hardcore Minecraft in the spawn chunk. We've done a fair bit so far and I'm very surprised we haven't actually fallen off this thing. But anyway, let's see what June has to offer. Thank you very much everybody, and we'll see you again.